Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So we are going to be discussing you today current about the latest transfer news and rumours and gossip that are currently going on in the press as I currently said. So reportedly there's a few transfer rumours that I've currently updated. Reportedly Juventus are reported interested in Romelu Lukaku. Now Lukaku, who's been struggling for consistency this season. He's been struggling to get on form this season, as Romelu Lukaku, as we all currently know. He scored 27 goals in his first season, with Manchester United. Obviously we paid, was it £90 million for the player, all in all. But he has struggled for consistency this season, as Romelu Lukaku. But reportedly, Juventus are interested. They're looking for a long-term. They're looking for a long-term replacement. Mandzukic are Juventus reportedly. But reportedly, they are interested in Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku, as I said, has struggled for consistency. As we all know, he's currently on compassionate leave at the moment, as we all currently know in the process. He scored 45 goals for Belgium, internationally. He scored 27 goals in his first season, with Manchester United. We know he's Premier League proven. He scored, 68 goals, during his time with Everton. During his time with Chelsea, he struggled in his first season with Chelsea, as we all currently know, the Romelu Lukaku. But everyone talks about his first touch, and his first touch is currently woeful, as we all know. And he's a big game bottler, as we all know, he's Romelu Lukaku, as we all currently know in the current process. But reportedly, Juventus have reportedly been interested in Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, Raiola represents Lukaku. Raiola represents Paul Pogba. And we know that Juventus have also been interested in Paul Pogba, as we all currently know. Paul Pogba, obviously, I think he's going to become more consistent now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has really proven to he has failed to establish himself in English football, as we all know, as Paul Pogba. But I think under the management of Solskjaer, I think he can be more consistent and dramatically improve than Paul Pogba. But we know Raiola has been in discussions, potentially. He's had talks with Juventus about Pogba potentially making a return to Juventus as well. We know that Paul Pogba, from his own perspective, admitted quite a few weeks ago that he did want to rejoin Juventus, as we all currently know. So Juventus are really interested in taking Pogba back in January. Also, Juventus are also interested in Manchester United, Romelu Lukaku, as we all know, who has struggled for form this season. He had been withdrawn from the Belgian squad, and he has had quite a few injury problems this season, as we all know. And also, he's on compassionate leave, as we all currently know, at the moment, as well. But there's a lot of transfer rumours going on, as I currently said. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, he's got the team playing. He's got the team motivated. He's got the team playing with confidence and creativeness, and playing the way the Man United way. The way that Manchester United should be playing. As we all currently know. Reportedly, he's going to get around a £50 million spending spree in January, as we all currently know. Reportedly, Solskjaer's only allowed to get loan signings in the January transfer window, even though Solskjaer has got a few potential targets he wants to get in the January transfer window, as we all know, because Manchester United have spent over £400 million, under the reign of Mourinho. We spent £700-800 million, since Ferguson retired, as we all currently know, guys. And Dad, what you doing? What? What? Just now? Why? But yeah, as I was saying, so Solskjaer's reportedly going to get around £50 million. The board are backing him in the January transfer window. But as I'm just updating you, that reportedly Juventus are interested in Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's going to get reportedly £50 million spent in January. The board are backing him, but initially he's only allowed to get loan signings, as we all know. But I think we're going to do very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We know the players weren't playing under David Moyes. We know the players were playing under Van Gaal, and we know these players weren't playing under Jose Mourinho, but I think they are going to definitely play Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know, because he knows the trappings of the club, he knows the culture of the club, as we all know, because he was a great, great player for 11 years with Solskjaer. Was he from 1996 to 2007? He scored 126 goals in 366 appearances in all competitions, won quite a lot of honours as well. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, so he does know about the club. basically. He did say he liked working alongside Carrick and Kieran, did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he also praised Paul Pogba as well. Did Solskjaer, as we all currently know, and he did say he's happy to be back home. Solskjaer did admit he'd like the job on a full-time basis. As I said, if the performances keep up, as we all know, and we get the results that we currently want, and these performances keep up, who's to say Solskjaer won't get the contract and that he won't get the job on a full-time basis, as he currently said. So he may get the job on a full-time basis. You do not know, because he knows the club inside out. As I said, he knows the traditions of the club. He was a player for 11 years. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. So potentially we have got other managers who want to get in at the end of the season, such as Pochettino and Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. So they have been mentioned, as we all currently know. But Solskjaer could get the job on a full-time basis, depending how he does. But I think the team's full of confidence. They're playing one touch, two touch. They're playing positive football. They're getting bodies in decent areas. The fullbacks are pushing high, as we all know. And that's the attacking football, that Manchester United want to see, of course. So I think Solskjaer could get the job on a full-time basis, depending on how we progress. As I said, I think he will. United may give him the contract, as I currently said, but there's still lots out. Solskjaer did say he's going to give every player, the opportunity, which is very, very, very good. He says we need to pick the best team, best lineup, to get the results we want, because we have got a lot of games in the next 10 to 15 days. But he said everyone's going to get a chance. He's also confirmed that Mason Greenwood's going to start in the FA Cup against Reading as well, and I think he is going to promote the youth, and I think players are going to grow and develop more under the management of Solskjaer, because he has been in regular contact with Fergie about his managerial style at Manchester United, and I think, in all honesty, I think he's really, really going to do a good job at Manchester United. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, because, as I said, he knows all about the club, as we all currently know, and I think we can have a good second half to the season, get results we want, get the performances that we currently want to see. As I currently said, we scored 5 goals against Cardiff. That was the first time we scored 5 goals, in the Premier League, since the Alex Ferguson era, and we had that 27 years of success with Alex Ferguson, as we all know. And we haven't seen the same Manchester United, since that point. But now, obviously, we've recommended Solskjaer in the job. I think he can dramatically turn us around, get the team motivated, get the team playing, get the team gelling together, as we all know. And we saw that in the Cardiff game. But as we all know, it is only Cardiff. As we all know, I think Solskjaer's going to give Bailly more game time. I think he's going to give Fred more game time. I think he's going to give Pereira more game time. I think when Mata's going to get more starts he's going to get more games from the start as well. So he did say he's going to give everybody the opportunity. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. He's still got to think about contract renewals, because there's a lot of players, coming to the end of contracts at Manchester United. He's still got to think about his lineups every game, his tactics, maybe spending some money in January as well. But I think reportedly, as I said, he's only allowed to get loan signings in January, because Manchester United want to save money, to probably get permanent signings in next summer. Obviously, when we recommend, obviously Man United is still recruiting to get a full-time manager in at the end of the season, as we all know. But depending how Solskjaer progresses, he may get the job. You never know, as he currently said. But Solskjaer, as I said, has got a few targets. He obviously praised, all the players, the way they performed against Cardiff. But he's got a few potential targets on his agenda. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we're there. I've been out today. I've had a few beers, but Solskjaer has been interested in a few tags. Douglas Costa's been mentioned. Koulibaly, Man United have been interested in Toby Alderweireld. As I say, we're not in desperate need to get any players in the January transfer window, but reportedly Man United put a £54 million in for Douglas Costa. Reportedly, I don't think we're going to get a deal over the line for him anywhere. We know that it's old news now. He can play in each wing, and his crossing's supposed to be very, very good. And he's very, very good. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play, as I currently said, but I don't think Juventus are willing to do any business. He's lacking that game time like Juventus, since Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival at Juventus, obviously Douglas Costa is lacking game time since Ronaldo's arrival. Obviously, Juventus had him on a 1-year loan deal move last season, as we all currently know, won the domestic double in his first season, as we all know. Juventus obviously paid £36 million for him permanently. You know, they triggered his current release clause and they got him £36 million. He had a good outstanding campaign, you know, when he was at Shakhtar Donetsk, when he was in his younger prime, as we all currently know. Douglas Costa is now 28 years of age, as we all currently know. He won the domestic treble with Shakhtar Donetsk. You know, he won 2 titles whilst he was at Bayern Munich, and, you know, he was very, very good at Bayern Munich. You know, he began his career with Romero, and he's done very, very good since he's been at Juventus. He's failed to score this season, as Douglas Costa, because he has been failing to get the game time. Reportedly, Man United have been interested. Man United had reportedly put around a £54 million bid in for the player, because Man United are in search for the centre-back and a winger, as we all currently know. If Douglas Costa was to arrive, you know, that could see Sanchez leave the club. But for me, I don't think we'll get a deal over the line for Douglas Costa, and it is pretty old news now, but it does keep coming up in the media now and then, as we all currently know. But I still think we could see quite a few players leave who I don't think have a future at Manchester United. I don't think Matic has a future. I think he's too slow. He has a lot of reservations about his game. He has a lot of weaknesses. Even though he played well against Cardiff. You know, I don't think Darmian has a future at the club because he's getting irregular game time and he's also coming to an end of his contract, and Luke Shaw's obviously our preferred option at that left back. I don't think Lukaku's got a future at the club because he's a big game bottler. He's too slow. His first touch is not good as well, so I don't really think he has a future at Manchester United. You know, as I said, unless Solskjaer, you know, can improve them. As I said, I don't think Sanchez has a future at Manchester United because he's failed to make an impact, you know, since he's come to the club. Alexis Sanchez, as we all currently know. So I think he could leave the club. As I said, he's currently injured, as we all know, until January. As we all know, is Alexis Sanchez. So we could still see quite a few players leave. We've got a lot of players, you know, coming to the end of the deals, as we all know. So potentially I wouldn't get any permanent signings in January. I'd rather save until next summer and recommend a new manager, you know, to rebuild into the team. As I currently said, whether it be Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane, as I currently said. But there's been a few potential Man United, you know, Man United have been interested in a few defenders. We know Tove Alderweireld's been mentioned. For me, I think he'd lead our defensive line fantastically well. I have reservations about him. You know, he's gone off the pace a little bit. He is 29 years of age. He has gone on the pace he's gone off the pace a little bit. I think he needs to adjust his game more. Does Tove Alderweireld? There's been no signs of him signing a new contract with Tottenham. You know, Tove Alderweireld, to be fair, is Premier League proven. As we all currently know in the process, he is Premier League proven. He has been in the Premier League, you know, now quite a few years. Tove Alderweireld, as I said, I think he's got a 25 million release clause for next summer as a player. But reportedly, it will cost Man United in the excess of around £30 million to get Tove Alderweireld. Of course, Man United winning discussions last summer. Obviously, Tottenham were demanding that they wanted around £60 million. Man United were reluctant to pay up to that amount of money for Tove Alderweireld. But I'd be happy if we did get Tove Alderweireld. He's Premier League proven. I think he'd lead our line fantastically well at back. I think he'd look good alongside Lindelof and Bailly at the back, as I currently said. But yeah, so Man United have been linked with him. Man United winning discussions last summer. He's obviously an ex-Ajax player, he's an ex-Atletico Madrid player, as well as Tove Alderweireld. And Tottenham do have other options at the back. They've got Davinson Sanchez and Vertonghen, you know, in their back line. Also, Manchester United, you know, Koulibaly has been mentioned. You know, he adapts every area of his game very, very well. He is 27 years of age, so he would get still quite a lot of years out of him. He's never played in the Premier League, of course, but his performances for Napoli, you know, have been very, very good. As I currently said, his performances have been very, very good. He's under contract with Napoli till 2023. Ed Woodward had been in discussions, you know, with the Napoli officials about this, as we all know. But reportedly, he's rated at around £90 million. Man United have been interested in the player, as I said, but reportedly in the process, Man United have had 3 bids turned down for Koulibaly. He's been at Napoli since 2014, obviously. Napoli paid £7 million for him from Genk. As we all currently know, guys. But he's been a potential Manchester United target. I don't think Napoli are willing to do any business in January, as I said, anywhere. But he's tenacious, he's got a lot of tenacity about his play. His versatility is good, he's quick, he's strong. Good composed defender, very, very good in the air as well. And Koulibaly is physically very, very good as well. But he's a potential Manchester United target that we have been linked with him as well. But he's a very, very good central defender, and I think he would dramatically improve our back line. as I currently said, would Koulibaly, but he's been another potential Manchester United target. Reports coming out of the media as well, like reportedly Manchester United are interested in an attacker, because I do think we need a prolific goal scorer up there, because Lukaku is struggling with consistency, Sanchez is struggling as well, as we all currently know, obviously, you know, when he was fully fit. Reportedly Manchester United have been interested in Bournemouth's Joshua King. Reportedly, his performances for Bournemouth have been very, very, very good. Reportedly, he's rated at around £25 million. Is Joshua King, as I said. Reportedly, Spurs have been interested in him. Manchester United have reportedly been interested in him as well. Obviously, he began his career with Manchester United, Joshua King, as we all currently know. You know, he'd risen up the ranks, and obviously Solskjaer's had experience of working with Joshua King in the past, as we all currently know. Because obviously, whilst Joshua King was rising up the ranks, obviously Solskjaer was managing the reserve team with Manchester United, as we all currently know. But obviously, then he only made one appearance in the senior team. Joshua King, as I said, he went to quite a few teams on loan, signed for Blackburn permanently in 2013, was there a couple of years, and now he's at Bournemouth. And his performances for Bournemouth and under Eddie Howe have been absolutely fantastic. So, do you think he'd lead our line fantastically well, Joshua King, if he was to make a return to Manchester United? As I currently said, but reportedly Solskjaer's identified him as a potential signing. As I said, so reportedly Solskjaer has been interested in Joshua King. I think in the Premier League he's made about 115 appearances and some scored 35 goals as Joshua King, as I said. But he's been a potential target that Manchester United have been interested in as well. So there is quite a few players Man United linked with. Ed Woodward has confirmed. Ed Woodward is still thinking about the full-time successor to coming at the club at the end of the season, whether it will be Zinedine Zidane or Michel Pochettino. But Solskjaer could get the job on a full-time basis. As I said, let's see how he progresses in these 5 or 6 months he's here for as interim manager. He said a lot of managers would like to manage Manchester United, you know, including himself, and he did say about this. And Solskjaer is happy to be here, as we all currently know. As they currently said, but obviously the players are going to start playing now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because they wasn't playing under Van Gaal, they wasn't playing under Moyes, as we all know. But I think, you know, now at least we're getting 70-80% better out of these players now under Solskjaer, as we proved against Cardiff. You know, the mood has lifted in the crowd, you know, the players and everything, and it's been a great it was a great week last week for Manchester United, as we all currently know, as I said. But yeah, there's a few transfer rumours to update you with that. Reportedly Juventus are linked with Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku is actually out of favour at the club, as I said, because he hasn't been performing very, very well. He's been struggling for consistency. He's been struggling to score goals. He's been struggling to lead the lines, as we all currently know, as Romelu Lukaku. So reportedly Juventus have interest in him, as I said. Mandzukic is now 33 years old, so obviously he's out of his prime. He's Mandzukic, as we all know. So obviously Juventus are looking for a long-term replacement for him. We know Juventus are still keeping tabs on Paul Pogba, as we all know, who we paid £89 million for. He had a lot of disputes with Jose Mourinho, you know, when he was here, and Pogba was happy that Jose Mourinho went. But I think Paul Pogba can be a world-class midfielder, and I think he's better in a free role, in my opinion. But I think obviously he's going to be more consistent now. Is Paul Pogba under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he ran the midfield very, very well in the Cardiff game, did Paul Pogba. So I think he will potentially stay at Manchester United. Will Paul Pogba, if he does keep performing like that under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I know he wasn't that good under Mourinho because he had disputes with Mourinho. The team weren't playing for him. But I think Pogba will improve, as I currently said. But he did have 4 or 5 good years with Juventus, as we all know, Paul Pogba, as we all currently know. But yeah, so that's some transfer rumours to update you. But I think the mentality is now in the team. That winning mentality is now in the team. The confidence is in the team. The work rate's good. They're working together as a team, as I currently said. And thanks Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for his instructions. And the players going along with what Solskjaer demanded them to do. And they have followed this of the players. So I praise Solskjaer and I praise the players as well. So hopefully we can keep this consistency up, these performances up. And hopefully somehow we can find a way to get in the top 4 by the end of the season. I know we're still like 8 points behind them, as we all know. So as I said, anything's possible now, as we all currently said. So anything is possible now, as we all currently said. And we all know Manchester United is still searching for the director of football, as we all currently know. We need to search for the director of football. The other week, Paul Mitchell's name was mentioned. Reportedly, the latest name to be mentioned is Peter Schmeichel. A lot of United fans wouldn't want to come into to see him come into full that director's role, because he's never had an experience of being in that role. Peter Schmeichel, he knows about the club, he knows the trappings of the club, as we all know, because he was here. He played alongside Solskjaer for a year. Obviously he played under Alex Ferguson as well. This Schmeichel, he was here 8 years, was Peter Schmeichel. Reportedly, he's interested in fulfilling the director of football role. Reportedly, I think he's considering applying for it. A lot of United fans wouldn't want to see him do this. As I said, he was a great keeper, and he was here from 1991 to 1999 as a player. Was Peter Schmeichel, as we all know. He won like 10 honours with Manchester United. He won 5 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, 1 League Cup and 1 Champions League. So he won about 9 or 10 honours with Manchester United, did Peter Schmeichel. I think he played like 398 times for Manchester United. But he said he wants to bring does he have the qualities? He wants to bring the identity back. He wants to bring the culture back, as I said. But we are recruiting a director of football to come into the club, to help us with the transfer business and that what players to get into the club and all that. But reportedly, Peter Schmeichel is interested. He also played for Manchester City in his playing career, Aston Villa, Sporting Lisbon. Before he came to United, he actually played for Bromby, did Peter Schmeichel, as we all currently know. But he is the latest name to be mentioned to come and fulfil the director of football role at Manchester United. A lot of United fans wouldn't want to see it happen anywhere, as I said. But the other week, mentioned Paul Mitchell could become our director of football, as I currently said. So we will see what happens about that as well. But yeah, I think we've still got a few players injured. I think Scott Tominway's still out. Smalling's recovering from injury as well. And we know Sanchez is out till January. Of course, Manchester United have got Huddersfield on Boxing Day on Wednesday, as we all currently know. I already did my preview earlier on to update you guys on that. Obviously, Man United have only lost one of our last 14 previous games against Huddersfield. The last that was the 2-1 victory. They beat us in October 2017 by 2-1 Huddersfield, as we all know. But the last time they beat us at Old Trafford was back in 1930, so that is years and years ago, as we all know. Huddersfield have actually failed to score in 7 of their last 10 games against us as well, potentially. And also Huddersfield have got a few injury problems, as we all know. They've got Aaron Murray out, Daniel Williams, Tom Smith out, and they've got a few other injury problems as well. And obviously they're sitting 19th. They've only won 2 games all season in the Premier League. They've lost 12 and they've drawn 4. The current manager is David Wagner. They're winless in the last 5 games. They've lost the last 5 games of Huddersfield, as we all know. So potentially you would think it would be an easier Manchester United win, as I currently said. But obviously Lingard, as I said, I think he's a very, very good player for Manchester United. A lot of people say he's a squad player. Obviously scored 4 goals in his last 4 games, but he didn't score in 19 Premier League games, did Jesse Lingard, as we all currently know. But potentially Manchester United have not lost a Boxing Day game at home since 1978-1979 season, and that actually was against Liverpool. So that was the last time Manchester United lost a game at home on Boxing Day in the Premier League, as I currently said. So that's a statistic to update you guys on as well. But it should be Manchester United win quite easily. I think, Solskjaer's going to make a few changes, from the Cardiff game. He may have been Pereira and Fellaini, in the midfield. Terrera or rest Matic, he may drop Ashley Young. He may put Dalot in Ashley Young's position, as we all know, give Dalot the chance, because he did say Solskjaer he was going to give every player the chance, as I currently said. So Solskjaer is going to give everybody the chance. But yeah, transfer news to update you on that. Reportedly, Juventus reportedly interested in Romelu Lukaku. That's come out in the press today. I think he feels unsettled at Manchester United because he isn't linking well with the team when he's playing. He isn't leading the lines very, very good. He is a big game bottle. He is proven to be a good goal scorer, in the past, when he was younger and that. But this season, he has really, really failed for consistency as Romelu Lukaku. And I know he's had a few injury problems this season as Romelu Lukaku, as we currently know. But yeah, there's still a lot of things to fix at Manchester United. I think the team look well confident now. We're passing the ball very, very well. You know, we look precise on the ball. We're getting bodies in good areas. The fullbacks are pushing high. And that's what we showed in the Cardiff game. And it was good to see Solskjaer getting his first win as Manchester United manager, of course. But let's not get too excited. You know, there's games coming up thick and fast, and we've got to keep them performances up, as I currently said. And if we do get in the top 5 by the end of the season, who's to say Solskjaer won't get recommended into the job? But as I said, you know, Gary Neville's had a say, potentially thinking Pochettino would be the right candidate. Scholes said Pochettino would be the right candidate. Alex Ferguson said Pochettino would be the right candidate because Pochettino's well Premier League proven. You know, he has been in the Premier League 7 seasons. You know, he spent only £50 million at Tottenham since 2015. But as I said, you know, if he came to United, he'd be a big, massive club. As I said, he'd have the willpower, he'd have the right amount of money to spend on players with Pochettino. He's good at developing young players, his use of young players, as I said, is very, very good, as Gary Neville was saying as well about Pochettino. Reportedly, it would cost Man United a fee of around £35-40 million to recommend him into the job at the end of the season. But I think he'd do a very, very good job because mainly Tottenham's built around him, as I said, because a lot of them players are the players that he hasn't signed because he's only spent £50 million since 2014 as Mauricio Pochettino, as we all currently know. He's been manager since 2009. You know, he played 18 years in his playing career as well, did Mauricio Pochettino. Hasn't won out in terms of silverware as a manager, Pochettino, but I think he's fully committed to Tottenham at the moment. And I think he feels happy at Tottenham at the moment, does Mauricio Pochettino. And I think if Solskjaer wasn't to get the job on a full-time basis, you know, I think, you know, Pochettino would be the right man. My top 2 would be either Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane. But there again, I like Zinedine Zidane because he's got a good pedigree. He's never played or managed in the Premier League, but you know, he's good at developing young players. He had a great squad, you know, when he was at Real Madrid, as we all know, did Zinedine Zidane, as we all know. He's got a great pedigree. He's got a great managerial CV. Reportedly, the other day in the press, as he updated you, Man United had offered him the job. Reportedly, he's considering the offer because reportedly Juventus are interested in recommending Zinedine Zidane as well. I think he is destined to come and manage in the Premier League as Zinedine Zidane, which he's never done. He stepped down from being Real Madrid manager back in May, so he has been managerless 6 months, and he won 3 Champions Leagues, you know, with Real Madrid, Zinedine Zidane, and he won quite a lot. He's won a lot of individual awards. He won a lot of honours, you know, as a player as well with Real Madrid in his playing career and Juventus in his playing career as well, did Zinedine Zidane. So do you think he'd have a positive environment for the staff and the players, you know, at the club? Do you think he'd understand the philosophy? I think he'd understand the philosophy very, very well, to be quite fair, would Zinedine Zidane. You know, I think he really, really would, and I think he'd get the best out of these players. But we've just got to think who we're going to get, and it's going to be either Zinedine Zidane or Pochettino, you know, at the end of the season on a full-time basis, if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. But as I said, there's a lot of confidence now in the team of what I've seen. And I think Solskjaer understands the philosophy very, very well, as I currently said, because he knows about this club, as we all know, because he was a great player for 11 years. Had a bit of managerial experience, you know, before coming in the interim role as Man United manager. You know, he only lasted 30 games with Cardiff. As we all know, he had a poor defensive record with Cardiff, had a poor defensive record with Molde, but won 2 Norwegian titles with Molde, as we all currently know. But the transfer rumours are hotting up now. It's not long now till the January transfer window opens, as I currently said. And as I've updated you, I've given you an update on Chelsea and Liverpool's transfer news, what's going on with their transfer rumours as well. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye.